Hey everybody, welcome to FSi DFS. I'm McKinley412, the NHL coach here. Welcome. The NHL season, it's finally here after like 115 preseason games amongst the teams. Finally, the games that matter. So hopefully throughout the course of the season here, I can provide you with some previews of the slates Monday through Friday, with videos like this, with a sheet that looks somewhat like this. It might evolve over time with some more information added and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we got matchups, odds, projected goalkeepers, the goalkeeper stats, special teams. If you're new to NHL DFS, special teams play a huge role in hockey, power play, and penalty kill units. Also, NHL DFS is all about correlation and stacking. When a guy scores a goal, he's going to have two, sometimes, not all the time, you can score a goal unassisted, or you can have one assist, but NHL also gives two assists. So you might have a full line trifecta goal where you have the goal scorer and two assists that go along with it. So correlation is huge in hockey, and then we'll have individual plays for you guys as well. If you like what you see here at FSi and want to learn a little bit more about us, we do have a website, FSiDFS.com. For the first 3 days of this NHL season, you can get free access into our NHL channel Discord. So you would just go to that website, click on subscriptions, and you can see here NHL Daily is completely free. So don't bother going with the week or the month. If you just want to test it out, start with the daily, completely free. Chat with myself, chat with a bunch of our other members. And then closer to lock, we'll have core plays, this little tab down here. We'll provide you with core plays to the classic, showdowns, tiers, the main slate, essentially, for classic. So let's just kind of dive right into this one. Pittsburgh is going to be the biggest money line favorite. Vegas, they are going to be raising the banner. They are the former Stanley Cup champions. All the over-unders are the same at 6.5. So Pittsburgh, they're going to have the highest implied total. Also, we are going to be seeing the debut of much anticipated Connor Bedard. He's going to be the top line center for Chicago. You're going to be just overwhelmed by the amount of highlight reels that Twitter and ESPN are probably going to be shoving down your throat early on in the season here. He is one of the most hyped prospects outside of McDavid since probably Sidney Crosby. So he's good. He's scary good. It's going to be really exciting to watch Bedard here this season. So, projected goalkeepers. If you're new to NHL or if you're a little bit unfamiliar, save percentage, your average goalie is going to be having like a 905 to 910 save percentage. Anything above that, like Saros at 919 or Hill at 915, means they're an above average goalie. Anything below that, a below average goalie. Jar, you can see, is kind of right in the middle. It's all color coordinated for you guys. One big thing to note with the goalkeepers is Johansson. For Tampa Bay, he's only got like 30 career starts to his name and hasn't been good at all. He's typically been a backup or a third string goalie or even in the minor leagues for most of his career. But Tampa Bay, they lost their, arguably the best goaltender in the entire world, in the entire league, to surgery just last week. So he's going to be out for 2 months. So Johansson's really going to be thrust into the limelight here from the get-go. He was not expecting to have this role even just 2 weeks ago. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he can cope with that. In terms of the special teams, power play units against penalty kill, Tampa Bay, one of the best power play units in the entire league last year, scored a goal on 25% of their power play opportunities, but they're facing off against Nashville, who had one of the better penalty kill units in the entire league. Outside of that, everything was pretty middle of the pack or below average. Nashville, Chicago, one of the worst power plays in the league. There's going to be, they're both going to be better. Chicago, they've added Bedard. They added Taylor Hall. This is going to be a much better power play unit this season than the one that we saw last year, finished 28th in the league. Nashville, they finished 27th. Nashville was absolutely decimated by injuries in the second half of last season, so they're going to be doing better than that as well. But you can see everything is pretty even. Nothing really stands out. Tomorrow, Wednesday's slate, we're going to be seeing the best power play versus the worst penalty kill in the entire league. And that'll be exciting to watch. So, but other than that, everything else is pretty moot in terms of special teams. So looking at the line stacks, Stamkos, Point, and Kucherov. This is your top line for Tampa Bay skating at home. They all have full power play correlation as well. So they're going to be out there at even strength, 5-on-5. They're also going to be skating together when Tampa Bay does have a power play, which is fantastic. They're all veterans. They're all all-stars. They have full power play correlation. We love that. Tougher matchup, though, facing off against Saros. Nashville, not a great team overall, but Saros is one of the more elite goaltenders in the entire league. One thing to note with Nashville, though, is they have a new coach. He's coming in, and he's pretty much said like he wants to run and gun. He wants to make an entertaining style of hockey for the fans. And what that means is that they're going to be pushing the pace here quickly, but it's also going to lead to possibly some odd man rushes going back the other way. Stamkos, Point, and Kucherov, there's really not a better trio in the entire league in terms of a top line. They're going to be popular. You're going to see their names all throughout the course of the season if you do stick with it. Another line they do like is the top line of Pittsburgh, obviously. Pittsburgh, they're the heaviest favorite. Guentzel, he's kind of like the big question mark at this point in time. He's been dealing with an ankle injury. He has skated the past 2 days, full participant, so I do believe he is going to be able to go. They're not a full power play correlation. That's the PP1 and PP2 that you see, so each team has 2 power play units. Guentzel and Crosby are going to be skating together. They're going to have correlation. Anytime they're on the ice, they'll be skating together. Rust, he skates on the top even strength line with Guentzel and with Crosby, but he does skate on the second power play unit. Regardless, he's blue. Rust, I think, is going to be a lock and one of the more popular guys on the entire slate, given, he's at home. He's skating on the top line. He provides you a floor because he shoots the puck and can get you that shot bonus potentially. He gets power play time, and he's only $5K. That is extremely affordable in terms of NHL DFS. So I do think that Rust is going to be a very, very popular play. Marchessault, he's the other blue guy that you see here. I like Marchessault. He is my top play on the entire slate, even higher than Rust. 5.3K is just way, way too cheap for him. Like I said, he's the best play on the slate. He's a lock for cash. Vegas, though, they are the defending Stanley Cup champions. Are they going to have a little bit of a sluggish start? Prior Cup teams have had quite a bit of a slower start to the season. Colorado last year, slower start to the season. You can, blame some of it on the injuries. But there definitely is some merit to it. So this top line, Barbashev, Eichel, Marchessault. Barbashev, 3.8K, second power play unit. So he's not going to be skating with Eichel or Marchessault there. The thing with Barbashev is the opportunity is there, but he really doesn't provide you with much of a floor at all. This is more of a punt correlation play. It's he's skating with Eichel and Marchessault. The chances of him, doing fantastic, not super great. He doesn't provide you a floor. You really need him to get a goal or an assist because he's going to get you maybe 1 or 2 shots on net, and that's pretty much it. So, looking towards the individual plays, Connor Bedard, these are individual plays. Obviously, if anybody is in these line stacks, I'm going to have a lot of interest in them. Bedard, 7.5K, he's skating for Chicago. I talked about him already earlier. This guy's going to be a phenom. He is essentially already headed towards the Hall of Fame. The way people are hyping him up, he was beating McDavid's records in juniors. So what he's been able to accomplish is going to be crazy. He is a rookie. This is his first ever game. There could be some nerves. There could be some adjusting to the speed, to the pace of NHL play. And he's going to be facing off one-on-one against Sidney Crosby on the opening face-off. So good luck, Bedard. GPP play, essentially. Malkin, 6.6K. He skates on the second line for Pittsburgh, but he also skates on the top power play unit. So he is going to be skating on that top power play unit with Guentzel and with Crosby. So maybe, one strategy that you could do is if you want to correlate Pittsburgh, but also get a little bit different, is go Guentzel, Crosby, and then Malkin. One thing that you could do with this is you fade the complete utter chalk of Rust, but you also get that power play correlation. Maybe Pittsburgh scores 2 or even 3 power play goals. Chicago, they have a very weak penalty kill. It's entirely possible that Pittsburgh can get 2 power play goals. And if it's that Guentzel, Crosby, Malkin, top power play unit, and Russ misses out, I mean, you've definitely got ahead of the field. And one thing that you could also state in terms of like getting, the top line of Pittsburgh, but also getting like a piece of that second line, is that if there's an even strength goal, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that one of these guys is going to be a part of it. Novak, 4,900 on DK. He skates for Nashville. He's going to be on the third line, but he does see top power play unit time for Nashville. I think Nashville's just a really, really intriguing GPP play here tonight, especially going up against Johansson. Tampa Bay, they're also just like an older team. They've had a dynasty for who knows how long at this point in time, but a lot of their main guys are getting older. They've got a lot of additions to their team, and they got an unproven goaltender in net. So I do think that Nashville could be a really intriguing GPP play here. Guys like Forsberg and Josie and O'Reilly kind of, leading that GPP stack. Stevenson, 4.6K. Vegas, top power play unit. I think it's second line center, top power play unit. And just another affordable guy on a heavy favorite at home who gets top power play time. So maybe kind of do the same thing. You go Eichel, Marchessault, and Stevenson. You get correlation with all 3 of these guys on the power play unit. And if they score at even strength, there's a pretty good chance that either Eichel, Marchessault, or Stevenson are going to be on the ice with the potential of, getting in a goal or an assist. Going towards the wing, Forsberg, I just mentioned, I think Nashville is a really intriguing GPP play here and one of my favorite GPP plays tonight. Mark Stone, we saw what he was able to do in the finals last season. The guy he's just amazing. He can take the puck away. He's like that. He's that guy that you hate to play against, but you love when he's on your team. He's that guy. 6.1K, I love him. McCann, 5.9K. Seattle, and you'll learn this kind of as the season goes on. Seattle, they're a good team, but they are just awful for DFS purposes. McCann actually led Seattle in points generated last season. He had 70 points. So goals plus assists. He had 70 of them over the course of the season, and that was good enough to be the best on the entire team. McDavid, for comparison, he had 70 points by himself before Christmas. So the depth scoring of Seattle is great for them, but it's just awful for DFS purposes, essentially. Eberle and McCann, they're going to be skating together on that top line for Seattle. Smith, he's over in Pittsburgh now. He just got traded, so I do think it can be an intriguing play. And then Donato is going to be skating on that top line for Chicago. He's going to be with Bedard. He's going to be with Taylor Hall. 2 just phenomenal playmakers, and maybe they can dish him a puck and he can get a nice goal at 3.1K. In terms of the defense, Josie, he's like that peripheral guy. He gets everything. He's going to have block shots. He's going to shoot the puck. He can score. He can generate assists. There's a reason that his price is as high as like any other forward on this entire slate. Carlson, 7.1K, he moved as well. He's going to be on Pittsburgh, and he's going to be quarterbacking that top power play unit for Pittsburgh. Letang is going to be on that top power play unit as well, but in practice, it looks like Letang's going to be more on the wall. Carlson, he's going to be up top on that blue line, and he's going to be the guy dishing the puck out. So if Pittsburgh is able to generate a power play goal, very, very good chance that he's going to have an assist on it. Theodore for Vegas. Vegas has quite a bit of injuries on the backside already in terms of their defense. So Theodore is going to be skating in the top power play unit. He's going to see a lot of ice time. And he's one of the best shot blockers in the entire league. 3 block shots give you a bonus on DraftKings. So 5.7K, I don't mind that price tag on him at all. Graves, 4K for Pittsburgh. And then Fabro, this is more of like a block shot opportunity kind of thing for Nashville. I really think that Tampa Bay is still going to be able to generate offense. And like I said, their goal, the Nashville coach has said he wants a really high active fun to watch game. Sorry, it's late at night as I'm recording this. Long story short, I think Fabro can get to that block shot bonus. If you can get 3 block shots, you don't even have to do anything else. And you're going to be paying off your price tag at 3.4K. I think it can be a nice punt option for you. So that's kind of where this slate lands. Pittsburgh's going to be very popular. Rust and Marcia Show would be the first 2 guys that I jam into your lineup. Then you probably want one of, if not 2, Stamkos Point and Kucherov, just going on from there. So again, I hope to have these videos out Monday through Friday. Throughout the course of the season, we'll have updated sheets like this. And if you want to come join us, please, FSiDFS.com, hit the subscribe button, subscription button daily. It's going to be completely free for the first 3 nights of the season. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Drop a comment below. What are some questions you might have? How do you feel about this slate? Are you excited? I know I am. So good luck in your contest as always, and we will see you in the next one.